The type of practice that I'm doing is it's called really Qigong, but Qigong and Tai Chi are interrelated. And Qigong is just really becoming acquainted with the healing energy that we have within us and being able to move it. Just like we want to move our circulatory system, well, the Qigong and the meridians in the body also move our healing energy through the body. So by doing movements, by thinking of what it is that we want to intend, by breathing, really capturing our breath and kind of controlling it a bit, this is all going to help you heal. So the Qigong part that we're going to do first is going to be really related to trying to quell headaches, to work with the upper body a little bit more often, to really try to de-stress the area, take the tension out. And then we're going to do some Tai Chi movements that are very typical. I'm not going to do a very elaborate Tai Chi because it takes a while to really learn the choreography of the Tai Chi. But the Qigong, nonetheless, is the healing energy part of it. So let's begin. So please sit towards the edge of your chair, and we're going to work on 3 intentful enhancements. So the focus points are going to be posture, breath, and being mindful, really putting our mind into our practice, letting everything else that happened today or anything that's in the future, let it be. Right now, you just want to focus on taking care of yourself and healing and feeling that Qi energy. So let's begin with the posture first. So with posture, you want to look down at your feet and make sure your feet are facing forward. And we're going to lift the heels, drop the heels, and lift the toes. So you're doing kind of this kind of motion with the feet, because there's energy areas under the feet, like in the hands. Under the feet, they're called yang quan points. So we want to kind of activate the yang quan points and move those feet and the toes around. So I'm going to get rid of any tension that's in the feet area. So gently, and almost thinking that that energy area is gathering energy from the Mother Earth, because the earth does provide us with a lot of energy. And then firmly plant the heels, the big toe, the little toe, and then kind of press down a little bit, feeling the leg muscles. Those balance points are very important. So when you're practicing balance, you want to make sure that you're feeling these particular points. Now, let's shift the body weight. In Tai Chi, we do a lot of shifting of body weight. So let's shift the body weight over to one leg. You want to lift the other leg up and press one leg all the way out and tighten up your quadricep like you're trying to lift your kneecap, and then pull back, but try not to let yourself shift on the body weight. Press out and pull back, and feel how the breath becomes a natural part of the practice. Exhale as you press, and inhale as you pull back. And let's try that one more time. And back and down. Katie, I don't know if I'm actually in the center of this. I don't know if everyone can see me very well.
Yeah, I wasn't able to highlight you, so I was just going to type to everybody. Up on your right-hand side, if you aren't aware, you can change your view, everybody. If you click the view, you can make your view. So Susan is in the center of your screen. Okay. Just everybody click if you haven't.
All right. I just wanted to make sure, because I know that I wasn't seeing that, and I was hoping everybody could still see me. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. Thanks.
Now let's go to the other side. So we want to press down on the other side, big toe, little toe, and heel. Feel that body weight staying center. Lift the opposite leg up and then press that heel out, tightening up the leg muscles, and then pull back. Exhale as you press out. Inhale as you come back. So again, feeling that centering Feeling that balance. Tai Chi is all about balance. Feeling the leg muscle, get rid of some of that tension that's in the legs. Let's do one more and come back. And then let the feet just stay right down on the ground. Make sure your knees are lined up with your hips. So we want to feel that alignment coming up. And then we're going to loosen up in the lower abdominal area. Is an area called the lower dantian or jing. So in yoga, they also, that's a chakra as well. And you'll find that Qigong, Tai Chi, and yoga, all that mindfulness, they're all aware of the areas in the body that have that energy. So we want to roll the pelvis. We want to pull the navel in. So we want to massage those body organs without compromising upper body posture, and then roll forward. So this becomes an exhalation. You want to feel that lengthening in the back, and then roll forward. So let's do that a few times, especially if you've been sitting in a chair. You want to allow yourself to let that lower back, the abdominal area, get rid of all that tension here and really gather some strength. Every time you pull the navel in, it massages the body organs and helps you actually digest better. So let's do that one more time, pulling in and then kind of finding that neutral point. So then with the upper body, we want to bring our attention up the sternum. So we want to feel that the sternum is lifted up and the shoulder blades are down. So let's do that with some shoulder rolling. And as you roll the shoulders, you want to be very deliberate and let that arm bone roll in that shoulder joint. Inhaling as you lift, exhale down. Inhale as you lift, exhale down. And with each circular motion, Tai Chi is loaded with spiraling circular motions. Feel the shoulders loosen up. We're going to be spending a lot of time on the upper body. And let's do one more. And as we pull down, you want to feel those shoulder blades and arms heavy. Just let them feel like they're reaching down towards the ground. And at the same time, remembering feeling the feet, feeling the legs, feeling the pelvis. You know, we want to kind of feel that we're aware of what the entire body is doing. And then as we move up a little bit higher, you want to put the tongue to the roof of the mouth. What the tongue to the roof of the mouth does, it helps to balance the front and the back of the neck. So many times when they're in this posture, these muscles are tight and short. So if we put the tongue to the roof of the mouth, that helps to lengthen. It also helps to connect. We have energy meridians that connect under the body towards the palate. And then we have an energy that meridian that runs up the back and meets there. So if we keep the tongue to the roof of the mouth, that helps both of those energy meridians meet. And then feeling like the shoulders are heavy and relaxing down. Feeling like the top of the head is reaching up towards the heavens. And the top of the head is another energy area called the Bay Way. So we want to feel like the top of the head's almost like a balloon up there, lengthening up while our feet are grounding us to the earth. So as we have this better posture, let's start to enhance our breath. So enhancing breath means that you become fully mindful and thinking about every little part of it. So as we inhale, we want to try and inhale almost in small waves, like inhaling and expanding the belly, filling up the diaphragm and the lungs as much as we can, pausing for a moment, and then exhaling that same way, letting that air just ebb out. And as we do this, let's do this several times. Don't let your posture change. Maintain your posture, be very strong in your posture, and just focus on inhaling, almost like to a count of 4 or more. Pausing for a moment, and then exhaling, exhaling, exhaling. And let's do that several times. My kitty has come over to do some breathing with us. Inhaling nice and deeply. And letting it all come down. As soon as you start to enhance your breath, that changes your body physiology. Your blood sugar levels start to change. Your blood pressure drops. So let's do that 2 more times. Inhaling so deeply as you can. And then exhaling down. And let's do that 1 more time. Inhaling. And exhaling. Okay, we're going to loosen up the spine a little bit more. We want to lift the chin and lift the tail so you feel like the body is arching. We're going to come forward, roll forward, vertebrae by vertebrae, curl and roll all the way up, all the way up, all the way up, and uncurl the spine and try to come right back, kind of ease right into that posture. Inhaling, coming forward, and exhale as you roll all the way up, 1 vertebrae at a time, and then ease back down into that posture. Let's do that 1 more time. Inhaling, coming forward, and then roll all the way up, and let yourself uncurl. So now we're going to go in reverse. We're going to hollow. Hey. No. We're going to hollow out and then lift all the way up and then settle again back into that posture. Hollow out and lift and up, and really feel those back, the spinal, erector spinae muscles pulling you up. Let's roll up and settle. Let's go into rotation also. But remember, if you have any limitations, please only go to the point of sensation, not to the point of pain. So let's gently stretch and let that head and neck gently move. Breathing into that stretch. And then coming back forward and then allowing yourself to stretch to the other side. Keeping that head and neck nice and tall. And then back to center. And let's do a side bend. Let's just stretch the body over to the side. And then lifting with the body muscles and the rib cage back up to center. And then over to the other side. And then lifting back up. Let's go through a rotation again 1 more time. Nice deep breathing. Keeping the tongue to the roof of the mouth, still being aware of your feet. And then back to center. And then over to the other side. And then back to center. And then again, side bend. And lift. And side bend. And lift. Now let's work on loosening up the neck a little bit more. What I'd like for you to do is take one arm, pull it down in front so you feel this lengthening from the shoulder down. And then once you feel that lengthening, let the head just gently drop over so you feel that lengthening right there in the front. And then lift the head up. And then let's go to the other side, stretch. Good, and up. Now we're going to do the same thing to the back. So you're going to grab this arm, pull the arm, and stretch. And lift. Other side, stretch. And lift. Whenever you stretch the neck, you don't want to hold it too long because the neck muscles are the smallest muscles in the body, yet you're holding your head up all day long. So we don't want to strain them, and especially if we do have a tendency for migraines, the last thing we want to do is put any tension up here. So always just do maybe 5 to 15 seconds tops whenever you're doing any kind of neck stretches. So keeping the hands here, the feet are firmly planted. We're going to just gently go back and forth like you're saying no, keeping the tongue to the roof of the mouth, just trying to loosen up where the head and the neck meet in the back, nice and gently. And then back to center. Then we're going to make what I call nose circles. So it's almost like you're using your nose to make a circle. So small circle, gently around. And let's go in the opposite direction. And then back to center. And we're going to lengthen all the way over towards one side. Try to keep this shoulder back, keep the tongue to the roof of the mouth, and then come back to center. And then over to the other side. And back to center. So in Tai Chi, a lot of times we'll have our hand up. So let's put our hands up, just one. And looking at the palm to help you focus, allow yourself to stretch over to one side, looking at the palm, and then coming back. Then switch hands. And the reason why I did this with my hands is because there's energy areas in the hand that I'm going to talk about in one moment. And come back. Let's let those hands cross paths again. Stretch. And always again, going to the point of sensation, not to the point of pain. And we'll do one more. And last one. Let's bring those hands down, maintaining that posture, feeling the feet on the ground, so being completely aware. Now let's whisk the hands together. When we do that, you'll feel that heat in your hands, and especially around this area of the palm. That's called Lao Gong points. And that's another energy area. This is how we really move our chi. So most of the time, even if I've had people, the first time they do it, they feel that heat, that friction, and that friction is your chi. So that kind of really makes you say, gee, maybe she's talking about something real, not something mystical. So let's take a moment now. We're going to stretch that chi out. So we're going to inhale and exhale. So you want to feel that like a magnetic pull, like an expanse of that energy from your fingertips. You might feel vibrations. Maybe you'll feel cool. There'll be a sensation of some sort. And as we're pulling it across the heart, this becomes one of the most relaxing movements you can do. I find myself, if I'm in a stressful situation, especially in traffic, I just do that so that I can allow myself to calm down. So anytime you move the hands, especially across the heart and the lung meridians, it's very calming. And Tai Chi is all about slow, feeling that Chi in the fingers, like you're moving through water or a dense cloud. And let's do that one more time. Good. Now I'm going to take my glasses off, so you'll be able to do whatever you want. I won't be able to see anything. And let's do those Lao Gong points again. And we're going to apply some of that energy to the eyes, because the eyes are a very big place for a lot of migraines to feel. So using the palm of the hand, take those warm hands and just kind of cup them over the eyes and let the head just gently drop down. And just breathe and envisioning this healing energy going right into your eyes. Let's do one more nice deep breath. And let those hands come down. And so now, let's work on these muscles. We've done a lot of stretching in the neck, but let's move up. So what I'd like for you to do is imagining your jaw muscles are lengthening. Let the mouth stay open and let those jaw muscles relax. So many times we clench our jaws and that just compounds more tension into the head. So just allowing the jaw to relax, yet still keeping the tongue to the roof of the mouth and still being aware of your body posture. Bring your attention up to the cheeks now, a little bit higher up. Just imagining those cheek muscles are relaxing. Imagining right under the eye, relaxing. Imagining the muscles in the eye and the eyelids, relaxing. Feeling that tension just dissipate. Feeling the muscles on the eyebrows relax. The muscles in the forehead. Around the ears. Feeling the muscles around the head, one by one, relaxing with each breath. And let's just breathe in this state of relaxation for a few moments. Remembering this feeling, especially when you start to feel that tension, that trigger of the headache. Try to let your breath, posture, and mind bring you back to this moment of relaxation. So we're going to enhance that relaxation a bit by using our hands to do some tapping. And the tapping should not be hard, especially if you do have a headache. You want to just do gentle tapping. What that does is it helps to stimulate the nerves and the muscles to release that tension and improve the circulation to the area. So let's begin with the top of the head. We're going to start at the forehead, go up, around, go up and around. And again, if you have a migraine and it's really intense, maybe just press a little bit. That press will help. When you put a little tension in and release, that tells the muscle to do the same thing. So do whatever feels most comfortable for you. Let's just do a few more of these. Now let's do that same little bit of tapping, maybe with one finger around the forehead and eyebrows. And then let's do a nice circular Good. And let the arms come down. Take a rest. Let's take a moment to sink the chi. Getting some movement in the shoulder. We want to not get any tension. We want to keep that Qigong, that Qi moving. Let's do one more. And then let's go back to the brow. So pressing on the eyebrow, pressing around the eye. There's a lot of meridians in the nose, so pressing on the nose, especially if you have anything sinus going on, pressing into the corners of the eye, all the way around. And remember, this is just so you put a little pressure in to let that tension be released. And then right along the cheekbone, really helps to release some sinus pressure. And then just do a little lengthening on these muscles here, especially around teeth, the lip, especially around the jaw. You know, you can even do a little circular motion, running your finger along the jawline. And then coming back to the lips. The lips, there are a lot of meridians again for the head. A lot of the body organs around the lips. And then finally, just coming again around the jaw. Letting that tension come from the jaw down. And then putting your hands right in front of the ear, we can create a lot of tension between the jaw and the ear. So gently massaging up and down or circular pattern, whatever feels comfortable for you. And let's go behind the ear. We're going to go into the ear in a moment, but running it right behind that ear, massaging where the head and the ear meet. And then let that come down, shake that out a little bit out of the hands. And then like the hands, for those of you who've heard about reflexology and in the bottom of the feet, the ears also represent all the body organs. So let's take a moment. You can do little, just kind of little massaging motions, just tapping, touching, massaging all around the earlobe and around the inside of the ear. And then actually pressing on the inside of the ear, massaging in there. And then going back out. So we touch on all the meridians, just like we do in reflexology. We want to hit all those points. And let's do that one more time, going in and around. All the way in the ear. And then coming back out, going around the outside. And then tapping gently where the head and the neck meet, especially where those ends of the skull are. And then let that relax. Taking some nice deep breaths, feeling that relaxation. So we're going to also do some tapping on the upper body and the arms because, a lot of times that tension, the migraine, we have a lot of tension in the shoulders. So let's begin with a little tapping on the chest area, upper chest area. And you can use just your fingers, or you can use you know, if you ever went to Catholic school, you know, they you do your novena, but just a nice little tapping is fine, right along that collarbone. There's so many meridians right there too. And this helps to, this tapping is sending vibrations into your thymus, which is the anti-aging organ. Oh boy, I want to tap on that a whole lot. And the thyroid. So all these organs are feeling these vibrations that you're sending in. Those are all healing vibrations. So let's begin. We're going to start to tap down and go down one arm. When we go on the inside of the arm, that's the inside. You give yourself a nice hand, really open up that lao long point. And then turn around on the outside, going up the outside. That's our yang side. And then bring that up. Most of us have a little bit of tension up there. And then let's bring that again back down. Dump a nice hand. Turn it around. Coming up. That for the third time. Going down. Up. Good. And then back to that center point. You'll also feel that heat. That's your circulation. That's your chi energy. That's all that means that there's no stagnation, which is what we want. We want that chi to flow. So let's go to the other side now. Down on the inside. Hold it on the lao gong point. Give yourself a hand going up the outside. Oh, around the top. Ooh. Down. Good. And up the outside again. Good. And one more time. Good. And out. Good. Up. And then feel that chi, that circulation, that heat flowing. Just let that feel like you're just getting rid of all that tension, any negativity, just letting it go. And so let's just sit for a moment. And then let's stand up. We'll do some things standing up. So as you go to stand up, take your time. Give yourself that opportunity. We're going to focus on posture again. So you want to look down at your feet. Make sure that your feet are facing forward. You want to let those knees soften. You want to kind of let those toes kind of move around a little bit, whether you have carpet or whatever the floor is that you have, but kind of rocking back and forth a little bit so you feel the whole bottom of the feet and imagining that energy, pulling that energy from the earth. And then let those feet firmly plant. We want to do a little bit of pelvic tilting, pulling in the abdominals and out. I want to feel those the lumbar vertebrae lengthen, still keeping the tongue to the roof of the mouth. So the neck, the upper part of the spine, the lower part of the spine, we feel that lengthening. And then finding kind of like that neutral place. Feeling that sternum lifted. Let's roll those shoulders back just a few more times. And then let's do a little, this is rotation. And you just want to let the body just gently flow from one side to the other. The tapping that we're doing here is touching the body organs on the right and the left side of the body and including the kidneys and back. So you just let them tap, just let those arms flow. Let those shoulders loosen up, let that spine loosen up. Because in Tai Chi in particular, there is a lot of spiraling motion. So being able to have that freedom of movement is very important. Good, and let's come back to center. And as we come back to center, we want to feel, we're just gently continuing that movement, But letting those hands just stay where they are, letting the body do the movement. And you might actually be able to feel that tingling as if your hands are going across some energetic water. Just gently moving back and forth. That's your chi flowing. Let's come back to center. So we're going to do a movement called cloud hands. Cloud hands is wonderful for the lung and the heart meridians. So what you want to do is the top hand, you're going to be looking at that hand. The bottom one is almost like you're scooping this energy across that lower dantian. And you want to move like clouds gently in the sky, and then switch. And just let your focus stay on that hand. Then as you switch, and just gently engage yourself, completely immerse yourself in the simplicity of that movement. Feeling that, how joyous it is to feel that energy and know that you are tapping into it. We were all born with it, and we're able to really move it and make ourselves as healthy as possible. This sends a powerful message to the body. You know, we can't control a lot of things in our lives, but when we control breath and we really focus on movement and slow it down, that is powerful. Let's do a few more of these. And that upper hand, you can let that kind of go right across the eyes. That'll help to pull that chi energy across the head. Let's do one more to each side. And then bring it back to center. So we're going to take this chi energy up the front of the body, pull it right across the eyes, out and down. And see if you can feel that in the whole body, from the feet, the knees. Every part of your body is engaging. Even if it's just little movements, your lower body is stabilizing you, keeping that posture while your upper body goes through the movements. Inhale, pulling that chi all the way up and out and down. And down. Let's do one more, a different movement. We're going to bring the arms up. We're going to take one hand, turn it up towards the heavens, take the other one and down. This upper arm, we're going to bring it around. And let's do the other side. Now we're coming up. This hand turns up, this one down, lift up and around. Let's pull it up. This hand turns up, this one down and around. And up. This one turns up, this one down, and around. Let's do that one more time, pulling it up. Turn one hand up, one down, and around. And last time, pulling it up. Take that top hand up, the other one down, and then bringing it all. And let's sync that chi, gathering chi from all around us. And the thing about chi is it is infinite. Energy never ends. And so even though we're all not in the same room, what we are doing is sending positive healing energy, not only for ourselves, but radiating from us out into the world like a tsunami of positive energy. Because Lord knows we have had an enormous amount of negative things this year in so many different ways. I mean, every time you turn around, it's something disheartening. But we do our practice, and it's almost like putting your Wonder Woman armbands on and just saying, you know, I have all this positive healing chi that I'm sending out to the world. And it also gives us a connectiveness because we are all a part of this human experience. We are all pieces of the fabric. We are all threads. We all have something important to contribute. And, you know, everyone in your life can be affected by your kindness, by your healing energy, your radiating energy. You know, we are all spiritual beings having a human experience. So no matter how bad things go, remember, you know, you always have the opportunity to create some positive energy. So let's put our hands together in prayer pose. You can put your thumbs right to your heart. So as always, it has been my honor and pleasure to be your guide in your practice today and always. Thank you so much for creating this positive healing energy, not just for your own self, but for the world in general. And as they say in yoga, they have a saying called namaste, but for Chinese, for this Chinese practice or Asian practice, it is called Ni Men Hao Jing Shen Qi. So if you'd like to repeat that with me one more time, Ni Men Hao Jing Shen Qi. And I thank you, left hand, right hand. And thank you so much for sharing your energy with us.
Thank you so